film first? Did you have what did you draw from?
Yes, I got the film. I got a phone call from Bruce Cohen, the producers, and he said, we have this film, Rustin, and we're going to send you the film. Now, just to let you know, I did not know that much about Bayard Rustin, and I was embarrassed by that because I grew up in a family that was active in the civil rights movement. And I knew his name, but I did not have the information. So I said, this is so important because if I don't know, and I grew up around this, there must be so many people that have no idea who this man is and what he did. So I watched the film, which I was blown away by. I've known these two gentlemen. I've known George since I was 17, and I've known Colman since we did The Butler with Lee Daniels, however many years ago that was. And so I have my two friends who are in this, coincidentally. And I knew that I needed to be a part of this, and the first thing I heard after I watched the film, and I had to make a decision because I was in Paris at the time where I live, and I was finishing my album. I had all these deadlines, and I technically didn't have the time to do this, right? And I heard my mother's voice say, you have to do this, right? So I stopped everything that I was doing. You don't get an opportunity like this all the time. Yes, somebody can call you to say, we'd like you to write a song for a film, but it's what this film was about. And that's what my mother and my family was about. So I spoke with George. He had the idea about the trombones, which you hear in the beginning, which really set the tone. These trombone choirs that you have in the Carolinas that play hymns, gospel music. He knew that he wanted that. And we talked a bit about themes and so forth. And then I called Colman. Nobody asked me to call Colman, but I knew I had to speak with him. He just embodied this person, this character. And he said to me, he thought for a moment and said, it's about the work. That was it. And I completely understood what he meant, especially with, as you all just saw, at the end, when he could have had his moment of glory, going to the White House, he went to the work, right? Continued doing the work. And that gave me everything I needed. So now, what am I going to do? I meditated on it. I prayed on it. I walked around my house for about 48 hours. I kept passing the piano, but I didn't feel anything. And I'm not the type of writer that likes to sit down to write because I have to write, or it's Tuesday and it's 5 o'clock and this is when I write. Some people do that very well. They write on a schedule. They get up to work and it's very methodical. For me, I'm merely an antenna. I'm here to pick up whatever it is I'm supposed to receive, and that's how I like to work. Then I put all of the work in, but I want to receive something that's very pure. I want to stay out of the way. I want my ideas, my ego, my thoughts. I don't want that to be involved. And after about 2 days, I felt something. And I walked up to the piano and I put my hands down and I hit that first chord and it came. And it was beautiful and I wrote the song. Now, I finished the song and I thought, well, this is nice. I'm finished. I sang. I cut the track in my house, which has a studio, so I played the instruments. I called the gospel choir, which was a feat unto itself, finding a gospel choir in Paris. I did not know that there was one, and I thought I'd have to get on a plane and go to New York, but there was this gospel choir who, if you've heard the song, you heard it at the end, but if you've heard the whole track, which is a bit longer, They were absolutely incredible and powerful. The only thing we had to work on was the accent, right? And we got that. So I turned it in to George,
Yes.
thinking, here it is. And George said, well, not so fast.
I was wondering what George's thoughts were.
Well, George has many thoughts, and as he should. He's brilliant, and it's his film and his vision, and I was here to be of service. And so anyway, the things came down to things like, I understand what you're saying here, but I'm not really feeling that sentence or that word. Or is there another way to say what you just said? Because I feel this could be more, clear or using to, and so now I sang the song, and I'm sure you can relate to this. Sometimes you sing a song, you do it, you perform it, and you feel it, and you're like, that's it, right? So now I had to go back and sing it again after I was already in love with my vocal performance, right? So then I would sing it again and put all the feeling, and then send it back to George. Okay, how about this or that or this? And this went on really for about 3 weeks, right? And I've never been through that, right? But, because, oh, hello, am I still there? I've never been through that. And as I said, I'm there to be of service. He's also my friend. I respect him so much. And in the end, he was absolutely right about every note that he made. Thus, the song is what it is, and I so appreciated that back and forth experience, and I'm just really honored to be a part of this, because it's not about me, it's not about George, it's not about Colman, it's about the legacy of Bayard Rustin, and I feel like all of us together, did exactly what needed to be done.
You definitely did that. That's for sure. What you